Hello, how's it going? All right, so in middle school, my brother and I had an understanding of horror movies. It was only based on a few things. My creepy stepdad, the original Wolfman movie, and which we had seen a dozen times, and then the Blair Witch Project, which we hadn't seen at all, just the trailer. So we knew everything, really. And so it was based on this. And so my creepy stepdad, he was like he fed off of fear. He wasn't afraid himself, but he was almost like a Dementor from Harry Potter, like just with a beer belly, but like the same thing. And so he just fed off fear. And for example, he would dress up at Halloween as Wolfman because he's a fan, and he would dress up and just sit there next to the candy, not moving, until some kid came and took too many pieces of candy, and he would just attack him, and the kid would pee his pants or run away. And so we realized at a young age, comedy and fear go hand in hand. So we tried to take this and use it. So, years later, I lived in a house where we had a sort of creepy attic, and it was made creepier by my creepy stepdad's collection of, Universal monster figurines and the Wolfman hat and face and mask, and black lights and all that kind of stuff. And it was especially creepy that what the Wolfman head sat on was my aunt, hairstylist aunt, had given my stepdad one of those like styrofoam heads, and then my stepdad decided it'd be a great idea to paint it skin tone, give it marble eyes, and put lipstick on it. So like every time it caught light, it was extra creepy, and even creepier like when it wasn't under the mask, if it was just this. And he adoringly named this thing Head, and you'd just be like, Head, and you just carry it around, and he would just pop it up at parties, and he'd always have it to scare people. Kind of horrifying. So one night, probably a Halloween night, my stepdad is drinking with some people, and we're just annoying him, we're up his ass, so he's trying to get rid of us, and he says, here, let's take the most expensive thing that's currently in our house at the time, which was his video camera he just got, and go take this and do something. So we're inspired, and he got rid of us, it's a win-win, and so we go and decide we're gonna film. We get really into it, we're filming all these like horror things that we thought were important, and our parents decided to go to sleep, so we had to stop. They go to sleep, but as soon as they went to bed, we got back up and kept filming. All through the night, we're going up in the attic, we're filming Head, we're filming Wolfman, we're filming all this like creepy angles, and it's a lot of like, nose shots, and my brother's braces, and just, I'm so scared. I'm gonna die. Just with this like pubescent voice though, where it's like squeaking all the time up and down. And it's just all through the house. And we needed to push some creative boundaries, because at the time all we were doing was just like, we would pan, and then we'd pan back, and something new would be there. And so like you'd pan past the mirror, and then you'd come back, and I'd be behind him in the mirror. And it was just nonstop fear. This was our brilliant idea. And so we wanted to push the boundaries here, so we decided we're gonna climb out on the roof. So we go out of the roof at night, our parents are sleeping, and we're doing ridiculous stuff out there. And as we're trying to film, my brother's like from the inside, I'm outside. I slip off the roof. Luckily, it was like an upper roof, and there's like a lower one. And I kind of caught and then like dropped myself down. So I was okay, and then my brother came out, climbed out the window, got me. We were fine. We survived that fall. And we decided this wasn't enough danger, so let's just go outside. Let's go to the nearby golf course and go around illegally at night and film the Wolfman running around. So we just decided to film this, and it was nonstop back and forth of like frantic chaos of the Wolfman chasing my brother, and then it would bounce back to him in the woods, just, I'm so alone. Is it an animal? Is it an animal? And just him wondering, this fear, exactly what you'd expect of a Blair Wolfman Project. That's what we call it, the Blair Wolfman Project. And so we film all this, a lot of this back and forth, and then we have a premiere, like a Fright Night movie night with all our friends, middle schoolers and a couple of the parents, and we watch the movie. And for the most part, it's laughter. It's not the horror we were going for. But there was one point. My stepbrother is walking up these attic stairs, and he looked at the window, and he panned back, but because no one was expecting anyone to be on the roof, they were horrified when outside was Head floating in the window. And that was like it was really satisfying to have friends like jump, but even better, my stepdad, who I thought wasn't even human, jumped. He was startled. So I was like, we're getting to him. So we go on, we watch the rest of the movie, and it's a lot of the same thing, like I said. But we got a little creative near the end. And the Wolfman, I'd be out in like the golf course, and my brother, I couldn't see the cord. I couldn't see the red light. Had these little slit for eyes as the Wolfman. By the way, I was the Wolfman, if you didn't know. There's only two of us. So as we're filming this, I could barely see. So he had to like make these wails and cries outside, just like, but he was really overdoing it, very melodramatic. But then I would know, like, okay, I can come attack him. And I would run up and I would attack him. And then it would go back to like this pensive hiding moment. And I would just do that back and forth. And so finally, one of these moments at the end, where, I have this like, in this story, the Wolfman is like, has tragically poor vision despite, his wolf blood. And so I'm chasing my brother, and I just barrel into these trash cans that are outside, like half full, and trash is going everywhere. There's like huge raucous noise, and I'm sure everybody in the neighborhood heard it, but my brother escaped from me because I was just out on my ass on the ground. But at that moment, I saw the most horrifying thing that still sticks with me to this day. Scariest thing of my entire life. My stepdad ran outside hollering with a baseball bat in only tighty whities.
Danton, everybody.